Stop recording. Photogenic as shit.
Come on, let me get my good side on. I'm putting this in. This is going in.
Is my makeup okay?
Yeah. Wait, hold on. Okay, good.
All right.
Like, you can't see the. I'm too short. You can't see the gun. but just hold it like this the whole time.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. This is the gun. This is what you came to see.
It's just like in your face.
Yeah. So this is the Aero Precision AC-15.
Yeah, like
Ooh.
Like those dudes that are seeking attention in all their little photos where like the gun is just awkwardly posed.
Yeah.
Like dude's got a plate carrier or something and he's all like,
Going
I'm a
hard.
badass.
Going hard. Nobody notices though. Yeah. Oh,
All right, so what's going on, guys? I'm Chris and this is Regular Guy Training. Fuck this guy. I don't even have to introduce him.
I'm some guy named Josh.
Yeah. You actually might have seen him on a couple of the videos commenting just random shit. So, yeah,
pretty much.
So, just so that you guys know, he's been the camera guy. He has a GoPro that's on a boom, okay? He's not standing, like, right here.
Yeah. Like, hold on. Wait. Frame it, and shoot right in my face.
Yeah. I want holes in my sleeves.
Yeah. That was funny, though, by the way.
Yeah, that was a good comment. Yeah. So, today we are here to talk about Aero Precision and the world that it inhabits. And the crazy thing is that Aero Precision just started putting out complete guns fairly recently. There aren't that many reviews on them. There's a lot of people that like them, and I've been inundated with a bajillion fucking comments asking to review something Aero, and it just so happens that there's all kinds of shit.
Let me give a little backstory. So when we started actually getting in bed together, doing this stuff, I said over a year ago, hey man, I got this Aero, I've been beating the hell out of this thing for years. You need to do a review on it. And well, that was last Christmas-ish.
See, and here's the thing, is that like, it's one of those deals where it's like, I'm sitting there like, yep, that's an AR.
Yeah, I mean, it works.
But the thing is that what a lot of people don't realize is that Aero Precision has infected a lot of the AR world. I shit you not. they're all over the fucking place. Like, I've seen them on Daniel Defense builds. I've seen them on Bravo Company manufacturing guns. Shit, my 12.5-inch barreled gun, which has been running forever.
Yeah.
That's got an Aero Precision upper receiver on it too.
Awesome.
I didn't even really realize this
Yeah.
until we started talking about
Yeah.
that. It was just like, oh shit, there you go. So chances are, you own a piece of their work, right? And they're very widely regarded by A, actual manufacturers of ARs, and B, the super nerds, the guys that go out and actually research all this stuff, as a high quality manufacturer. So, I mean, now that they're building complete rifles, it sort of makes sense that they decided to take the next step.
I agree.
So... Alright, so we got this guy apart now. Now you can tell pretty readily that he did not detail clean this thing hardly at all, if ever. Because a lot of the carbon you can see is like fused to the steel. But the polished parts, it's real evident that this thing has had the bejesus shot out of it. Bolt face, which is very silver, and again you can see more of that carbon that's just kind of like fused to it. I just very, very quickly wipe this down too. So, for those of you that are wondering, this guy sports an O-ring. And look, I know that there's a debate about whether or not you should just use a higher tension spring or whatever on the extractor with the rubber insert in there. But I've used them both, and I haven't really noticed a real big difference in performance. He's never changed this thing out. So, cam pin's wearing pretty good and even. And the vast majority of the maintenance, quote unquote, and I use those quotations very loosely, is that he's just kind of lubed this thing up, and you can kind of tell, because usually if someone cleans their guns off, and you see a lot of polishing in there. Let's talk about this really quick too. Now, a lot of us have seen those really fucking hokey, those fucking wedges, Accu wedges.
Yeah, the red things.
Yeah, the little red rubber things that are used to keep the upper and lower receiver wobble from going on. The problem with those is that they press against the upper and lower receiver, and they kind of wallow out the fucking pins, or the pinholes. This, however, is much better, okay, because what this is it's a tensioning screw. And all that really does is that what you do is that you screw that to match the current tolerances of this portion of the upper receiver. Now, the reason why that's better than a fucking Accu wedge, okay, is this isn't constantly pushing. All it is a fixed surface. So what you're doing is that you're essentially adjusting the tolerances between the upper and lower, and to have this on at what the time was like a 500 and change gun minus some furniture, let's say 650 after all of that furniture, that's outstanding. You don't see this in a lot of real high-end builds, and a lot of builds that a lot of people figure are really good. Like, for instance, I don't see this in a lot of BCM guns. Now, again, I also know that at the same time that's wrong, because there are some that do, but not all. So that's actually really nice to see. But what do you really expect from an OEM manufacturer? Okay, so
Yay.
yeah, so as you guys can tell, we've changed clothes a couple of times. Yeah, I'm not in that hoodie anymore. Deadpool shirts, combat pants, that kind of stuff. All right, so now here's the thing. Like, we did the breakdown, we saw the moving components, and this is a thoroughly shot gun. So let's talk about how it's been with you over the years.
Okay.
Like things that you broke or bent or whatever.
Well, when I first got it, I was just like, let's beat the hell out of this, see what happens. This is my first AR, and actually, I put almost 1,000 rounds through it before I cleaned it for the first time. If that kind of tells you anything.
Yep.
So it was pretty nasty. Cleaned it. It ran fine for thousands of rounds, years. I've had this for maybe around 4. My first issue with the gun was my fault. We were doing like a double feed type thing, and I got a bullet over bolt.
Yeah.
And I ran up drilling. There's a reason why we're laughing. Slapped the thing down and had to take pliers to it. It just, trust me, it's all chewed up in here. Finally got it taken out, and it just didn't work right after that. I found out I bent the gas tube by doing that. $10 fix. It's been great ever since then.
Yeah, and it's not like it was the gun's fault. It was
No, totally my fault. Whatever. It's a training thing. If you don't ding these things up, you ain't doing it right.
And most likely how that happened, because it was a while ago now, is that when
Years,
people
yeah.
set up like a bullet over bolt for stoppage clearance of some kind, if you do that with the bolt, or
Yeah.
rather with the charging handle still to the rear, you can set that in there to where now when you try to close this and then the bolt, it just gets in
Yeah.
there and geeks up the freaking
Yeah.
gas tube. So that's essentially how that happened.
Yeah. After I fixed that, it ran really good for a while. Never really had too many problems with it. But if you notice, the lower is actually different now.
Yep.
We had found out through my rigorous fun, bent the ping pong paddle when I tried to solve my bad lever, and we're having all kinds of problems. So because it's me, and just decided to take a hammer to it.
And just for clarification,
Yes.
because of the troglodytes in the,
Oh
in the
yeah,
comment section,
I forget about them.
he didn't bend it because he installed a bad lever. He bent it before.
Way before.
Yeah, see, that's gonna happen.
Yep. Sorry. All right.
That's all
I'm
good.
learning, guys.
I'm here for you.
We're here for you.
Whatever, man.
Okay. Fuck y'all. So, yeah, so I had bent it over the years, didn't notice it, put the bad lever on. It was cool and all. Then we realized it was messed up. I went to fix it with a hammer. Don't do that.
Because he broke it right off.
And broke it right off.
I think
So,
you have an image of that, right?
yeah, and I'll put that here. So, we're on a different lower, no big deal. But what we had found out today, we wanted to do some more shooting with it. We weren't satisfied. And what did we find out?
Oh, this is the first review that I've put up on this channel. That is a longevity review, also, because
Yeah.
he's had this for years.
2 in 1.
And earlier when we were talking about it, we kind of, and the earlier talk that we had, as you could probably tell, was on a different date than when we're shooting this right now. That was like last week.
Yeah, exactly.
We decided to come out, do some more shooting like he said, and we found out that the low ball estimate was too low, because when we started doing a bunch of shooting out here, we killed his barrel, like it's keyholing
Yeah,
now.
it's done.
Yeah, so
And I got a little bit of footage right now. So, as you can see, all the holes are about right. We might have found something. Get your ears on? Ears? All right, cool. Quickly. Right here. Yeah. We're right here.
man, more and more to say all the time about this thing. because that 15,000 round estimate
Probably really
is not
low.
valid anymore because it's keyholing.
Yeah.
You can still see it.
I've never shot M855 through it either.
And the zero's off.
Oh yeah.
Well, for me, but whatever.
Well, I've never shot M855.
But
Yeah.
it doesn't matter.
Yep, here we go.
There's a mix of
See, guys?
steel cased ammo
Yep.
in there too.
We've
We're
got some
keyholing. This
issues.
barrel's dead.
There we go.
Yeah, that's the end of that.
Yep.
Fantastic rifle. Run it till the barrel dies.
See if we can find the twist in that. Might as well get that on video.
It's 1-7.
Okay, cool.
So it should run just fine with 62 grain MA55. If it was 1-9, it would start keyholing off at like 77 grain.
Okay. Well, now we know. Now I get that 14.5 pin that I wanted.
Because the barrel went until it died. I mean,
So
and what's really funny is that you probably started to think that you were starting to shoot like shit off of this.
it's been a while, yeah.
But it's throat erosion. It's not.
I probably got way over 15K through it.
Well, CHF barrels, you probably shot a lot of steel through it, probably primarily.
No.
Oh, okay. So
Well, I mean, I say 50-50 mix.
a 50-50 mix?
Yeah.
Okay, so like a touch over 15, like 18,000 probably.
At least, yeah, somewhere in there.
Okay.
Either way.
All right, well we gotta add addendums now. So as you can see, it's one of those things where it's like in the middle of all that super ninja-fied footage of when I'm moving around and stuff, post that run where I'm doing a lot of moving around.
Okay.
I look and I see a bunch of keyholes in it, and I'm like, oh shit.
Damn, there's all kinds of them.
Yeah. We need to actually test that out.
What's that?
We need to run it, do that, get some more.
So it's a 1-7 twist barrel, so we decided to shove a bunch of M855 through it just to see for sure, right? Went back to 50 yards as you guys saw, and lo and behold, there it is.
Happened, yeah.
So I mean, this is the first longevity review that just starts that way.
Yeah.
And with a healthy diet of steel cased ammunition with brass cased ammo.
In the beginning it was more brass, and I switched to steel.
Yeah,
Started
so
shooting a lot more.
yeah,
so
budget,
I'd say
you
about
know.
50-50.
Yeah, so it's one of those things where now it's like, okay, now we're upping this to around 18,000+ rounds.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't shoot like benched up slow ever,
No.
right? So with the speed at which you shoot and the volume, you know, he's not running a lucky gunner test through it, but he is getting more throat erosion. He's wearing out, rifling a little bit more, that kind of thing. So that, you know, there it is, dead barrel now. But personally, oh, and the last thing, as far as an issue, and this is kind of funny because this rifle ran through that little day where we played in the snow. But it went through that day in the snow, regardless of the fact that its owner was retarded.
That's me.
What had happened was you set, you set the hammer spring in, articulated in backwards, right? So there wasn't enough tension on his lower's trigger pins, and they were walking out. We actually have some footage of that too.
Go for a stop recording. Again?
What's wrong? Shit.
This magazine's not.
No. Damn. What the fuck is happening?
Whoa.
Well,
So that's what's been happening.
that's not good.
That's never happened. So 15,000 rounds is the max on this thing.
I don't know yet. God damn it. Nah, when it was hard like that and I saw that the fucking bolt was closed, I need to check for something important to be broken. Let's try this again. That wasn't even really that much of a good run anyhow. So that happened on a previous date, and that was the last thing that happened. But regardless to that, it still ran.
Yeah.
And it still kept trying to go, even though pins are walking out and all that stuff. We set the pins correctly.
Yeah.
And then we did this absurd ass test where we ran it dry and then we put a bunch of lube in it and then we got ridiculous. So I mean,
yeah, it was fun.
I mean, little issues here and there were none of which the rifle's fault. It kept trying to go. It kept trying to run and
overachiever.
Yeah, it's an
And
overachiever.
it's been
for
on its
sure.
last leg for a while with me.
Yeah.
Okay, we're about to fully clean this thing out.
I just don't want to catch myself on fire.
No, I totally get that.
Get in here. Oh, this is gonna be ugly as fuck. Alright, and
Ugh. Ugh. I already hear it. Ugh, look at that. See, all this is gonna be sped up, and before you shoot, I'm gonna do another little.
I say leave it slow. Let them see it.
Okay. Ugh, that looks nasty. All right. So we're still recording. Oh God. Well, let's see what happens. Completely dry. All right, when you're ready. Ah! Throw that in there.
That's a little dry. I say we oil it up.
I think we need some oil. Go ahead and crack that top, sir. No, just hold. I'll hold it. All right, I'm gonna go to 240 frames. Hold on. Go ahead and swap out. GoPro, stop recording. Turn it a little bit more this way. A little bit more. Not enough. Ugh. All right. Ew, that's nasty. Now. Yep.
Hurt myself.
Yep. Oh, I got it on my sling. Son of a bitch. This is how you lube up this AR.
Already feels a million times better.
All right.
That felt dangerous.
But you know something? It'll never be as reliable as an AK.
Fuck it. I'm gonna have to hit this with power blast just to make it chill the fuck out.
Throw it in. And go.
Ugh. Reset problems.
Yeah, boy. Keep going.
No, I'm out.
Okay. Well, what do you think about that? All the mud on the face and on the camera, and this nasty thing. Is that a realistic test? Okay. Well, it was fun though.
And it's one of those deals where, you know, you started getting some accuracy degradation. You mentioned that to me a while back.
Yeah, I
and
thought
it's
it was
like,
me
oh, shit,
at
it might be
first.
on its way out, and lo and behold, we killed it today.
Yeah.
So, I mean, hey, it's post 18,000-ish rounds. I would go ahead and guess.
And what kind of barrel manufacturer is this factory from Aero again?
As it comes,
Yeah.
it's ballistic advantage barrel in it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's fine. If it was a lesser quality barrel of any kind, it would have died a long time ago.
Right.
So you're gonna place this with probably another one from their modern series.
Yeah, I'm thinking of going 14.5 so I can get
Pin
it
it.
down a little bit more, get the lightweight enhanced setup.
Because you got those stubby arms.
Get these little tiny arms. But no, it really does help, and with all this extra Ninja-fied gear on there, which I'd like to tell you guys about a little later on.
Light is right.
Yeah.
But I mean, and it's insane. The thing has just been it's been a workhorse for sure. It's had the shit beaten out of it. So before we get questions in the comments and stuff, what is on your gun currently?
Right
Or
now,
upper rather, because that's my lower.
Well, I'll talk about it as if it were not. Oh, did I tell them about breaking the ping pong battle?
Yeah, we did.
Okay. So right now, this is the only optic I've had on here. It's the Aimpoint Pro. This thing is fucking awesome.
Buy it.
Seriously, buy one. I've been beating the shit out of this. It's been on a few different guns. Troy locking flip-ups, because when they knock down when you're actually using them, that sucks. So get these ones too, or whatever. BCM 15-inch rail. I wish I would have went with a 13. It's a little long. I've got, let's see the light. Yep. ProTac 2, fucking awesome light. The switch mount. Now check this out. If you can see it. Yeah, you can definitely see it. So this is a cloud defensive mount. You can get them for, these are the Surefire lights. Fucked it all up.
Does it have a shoulder thing that goes up?
So yeah.
So, well, I mean, and that's the thing, is that people ask about it all the time. And I'm sure that there's an edit in there someplace, and we'll do bloopers, whatever. You know, it is what it is. But I got to tell you what, it doesn't surprise me at all. You know, being an OEM manufacturer for a lot of different companies that are out there, 18-ish thousand rounds with a mix of steel-cased, bimetal jacketed bullets,
Yeah.
and, you know,
And the way I treat it.
Yeah, and PMC and MA55 and all kinds of crap that goes through there. It doesn't surprise me at all that it's just done really well. It doesn't surprise me that it's just tried to keep going in the best way they can.
I'm thoroughly impressed with this. I think it's a great buy. I would actually buy it again without hesitation.
So, well, let us know what you think. How has your experience with your Aero Precision rifle been? If it's been great, cool, let us know. If it hasn't, I actually would like that kind of data, because, you know, we have a sample size of 1. Right?
Yeah,
and
1.5.
Yeah, 1.5, because you
You'll
got
see
to
that
load
later.
someplace.
Some other tests and review shit.
Yeah. So I mean, between this, which has obviously been shot the most because the barrel's dead now. Yeah. I'm thoroughly impressed, and lots of other people have been thoroughly impressed. But what's kind of funny is that they don't get much exposure at all.
No.
So, I would say it's good to go.
Yeah.
You know, it ran until the barrel died, and no issues from that
You
whatsoever.
can't ask for more than that.
No.
You really can't. For the price especially, too.
So, you know, let us know what you think about that. If you want some training with your small arm of choice, like your AR or your pistol or what have you.
What about the
Or,
AK?
or
Don't
the
forget
AK,
about the AK.
you know, got to man up, bring the class.
Maybe even a shotgun.
Hey, there's a
Oh, I
shotgun
did
class
it.
going on in Louisiana. Shameless plug.
Oh,
So,
there it is.
but yeah, I mean, if you want some training and are interested in coming out and joining us, we have a great time. He's been to a bajillion courses with us.
It's worth it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of stuff that you don't get to do. Yeah. And our goal is to make flat ranges terrible, just the worst, just the most terrible thing in the world, and just being bored where you just sit there and it's like, oh my, like after the rifle or pistol 2 classes, you're sitting there like, wow, my rifle ran a whole magazine without somebody making it stop.
Oh, they'll find out.
That's fucking boring.
Don't ruin the surprise.
That's all right. Enough isn't spoiled. It'll work.
Okay.
But it's also really easy to figure out. You know, once you go onto our website and then compare us to the rest of the industry, our pricing is just better.
Well, at first, you know, if I can be honest, like, it doesn't look right. You're like, that's nothing. You know, he doesn't pay me to say this shit.
He's taking a bajillion classes with us and stuff, so he can probably attest he'll shill for me any day of the week.
Unfortunately, but yeah.
But like, see, you're gonna say that, and people are gonna sit there and be like, how much money is he paying you?
Oh yeah, no, he's totally sponsoring me. Everything, he paid for everything. He bought me this rifle. I'm just kidding. Seriously, internet, stop.
Yeah.
Stop freaking out.
Fucking troglodytes.
Yeah. And then you do it for the first time, which I've taken at least 15 of your classes. Like, not even joking.
It's a lot.
Yeah, almost every one of them. But yeah, when you do it, you're like, damn, like, value for dollar. And I was already decent at the time. Like, a lot has gotten better with me as a person, and he's helped me kill this barrel, which maybe I should charge him to buy a new one. Let me know if you guys think that's a good idea, because I do. Really helped me out here.
Eat it, dick. So,
not eating dicks.
but on top of that, if you want to support us through Patreon and stuff,
Yeah.
there are essentially two different things that go on with that. First thing, we use the money from that to bring out soldiers and stuff. We train them for free. We pay for their flight, food, ammo. We provide gear if they need it, that kind of stuff. You've been present for a few of those guys that have come out.
I've met them. Good guys.
And what's kind of great about that is that we essentially break worldviews.
Yeah.
Like freaking Childs and Roberts, those guys.
Yeah. And I love to see it.
It was awesome because they come out and they figure that they're doing great because they shoot expert, and then we show them you still, like, because you shoot expert, what that essentially says is you still kind of suck. So and that's not even us trying to be arrogant or anything. It's there's a lot you don't know yet. So and that's where the vast majority of that Patreon money goes. The rest of it goes into bullets and stuff like that for the channel.
Yeah.
More information relaying and that kind of stuff. Also, as far as Patreon is concerned, if you're interested in signing up for the $35 a month program, what that is it's a system designed to be abused. So you sign up to that, and once you do, you're permitted to train with us as long and as often you want.
Take all
So
the
long,
classes.
yeah, so long
Every one
as you're signed up to that program. And we've had guys that have absolutely abused the shit out of that system, which is good because that's
what it's for.
yeah. I mean, we recognize exactly how ridiculously expensive that just tuition can be. Never mind travel, bullets, that kind of stuff.
Bullets alone.
So if we can save you a bunch of money off of that, all you got to do is math, right? $35 a month for 12 months. It's just over the cost of 2 classes, and there are guys that have taken damn near all of them now, like this fucking guy. So, it's a system designed to be abused, and if you want to sign up and then just run away with it, that's what it's here for. So,
One more thing. So obviously, in we read the comments stuff, mostly him. It's his channel. I just got into this, but like if we read that, and that's kind of the direction we go on the next thing. Like I've been saying something about the Aero Precision review for a long time now, because back in the day there wasn't any reviews, and we finally got to it. And like it's a longevity test too.
yep.
And,
And it really took a combination of you in my ear forever.
yeah,
and
over
guys
a
in the-
year. I'm like,
and-
come on, dude.
Yeah, and guys in the comments forever. So.
Yeah. So if you want to see something, say something about it. I mean, that's all it is, and we see a bunch of it. We see what we can do.
Mm-hmm.
We do this for y'all.
Yep. So there are so many videos that exist on the channel because of you guys in the first place. So
Yeah.
it is what it is. If you want to join the discussion page on Facebook, there's a lot of really good, really funny, some conversations that go on there, some dank memes, that kind of thing. But it's a good place where you can get a lot of questions answered really fast. There's a lot of good and intelligent guys there. So if you want to jump on that, I would absolutely go ahead and do it.
Cool.
But and last thing, I put this on Facebook not too far back, but I'm going to mention it now. This is the first time that I'm going to mention it publicly. If you are a school resource officer and you figure that your department isn't providing enough training, and they often don't, I obviously need some proof of where your post is at. I need to verify that you're legit instead of just some dude that showed up wanting some free
Somebody
training.
would try too.
Yeah, someone will try. But if you're a school resource officer, from here forward, you are permitted to train with me for free. Okay. Obviously, there's a verification process and all that stuff. I may need references or whatever, but once that's done, okay, cool. You can train with us for free as long as you're willing to come out and do it. As far as tuition, now you're bringing your own bullets because I'm spending enough money on soldiers and shit.
Yeah.
But tuition free from us forever. So have fun with that, and I hope we get a few of you guys out.
That'd be awesome.
So, well, that's all I got. Unless you got something else to say.
No, I think I'm pretty good. Just gotta order some new parts. Yay.
Yeah, barrels and whatnot. All right. Well, that being said, guys, remember, a regular guy's firearm is the last defense against tyranny. Be easy.
Easy.